Alright, hello everybody. This is a videotape of all the equipment that I'm going to be bringing with me on my section hike for the Appalachian Trail. I'm not planning on doing the entire thing. I don't think I'll ever be able to do a through hike, at least for the next 2 decades or so, maybe after I retire. But I just want to show you guys the equipment I have and just, hear some comments you guys have. Maybe you spotted something I missed, but here I go. First off, here's my bag. It's a pretty big bag, 75 liters. Probably a bit too bigger than I really needed if I wanted to go ultralight, but I wanted to make sure I had plenty of room so that way I could fit everything I needed. I've got a carabiner hooked up right here so I can use it to hang things. I've got another one I'll show you here in just a little bit. This is so I can hang stuff like a milk jug or other whatnots, and you'll understand what I'm talking about here in just a little bit. And at the end of this, I may show all my equipment in my bag, or at least a picture that I'll post to Facebook if you want to look at that. Next, I have my hiking boots. I actually got these from a friend of mine. They're military style. I've worn them so far, and I've got some inserts, and they're pretty comfortable. There's my dog there. But I figured, these would be pretty good for my hike. Alright, and over here I have my sleeping equipment. I've got my sleeping bag. And I've got my mat for the ground. That way, I'm not sleeping right there on the ground, even when I'm sleeping in my tent. And I got this for $2 at a yard sale, which is really cheap, and it's still good condition. Right here, I have a walking stick. I've seen lots of videos and pictures of them using actual hiking sticks that they fold and kind of look like ski poles, but I didn't want to spend money on that, and this has always done me pretty good. I've used some 550 cord for a handle. That way I've got some grip to it, plus, if I need to get to some rope really quick for something, I don't know, I can just take it right off the stick. Over here, I have inside this bag, I've got it tied up, and I don't want to get it out right now, but I have my headlamp that I'll wear at night. I doubt I'll do some night hiking, but, it's there in case I need it, plus when I'm at camp and if it gets too dark, I need to see what I'm doing, I got that. Duct tape, always need that. You never know what you need to tape, and duct tape works pretty good. I've got one lighting source, my lighter. I have some matches in my cooking set I'm not going to get out, but you always need to have at least 2 sources of fire. I've got 2 types of rope. This stuff I bought at Walmart pretty cheap. If I would have known about this 550 cord, though, I never would have purchased this. I've got 100 feet of cord here. I think this is 50 feet, I'm not sure, but it's like, this stuff's supposed to be pretty good. I've heard from a lot of people. Got my extra carabiner there. I'm going to probably use this for hanging my food at night. That way critters and bears and stuff won't get to it. I've got a serrated pocket knife that I'll use to cut my rope. I'm also going to bring 2 pocket knives with me because, in case one breaks or I lose it for some reason. Right over here I have my pouch where I'm going to have sunscreen, Perel, toothpaste, toothbrush, stuff like that. I've got my watch, my wristwatch. I will have my cell phone with me, but I want to keep it turned off so I don't drain the battery. I'm going to be out for at least 3 days, and I'm going to need to tell my time where I'm going without just turning on my cell phone. Plus, it keeps me from trying to check Facebook, and one of the reasons why I want to do this is just to get away from the internet. Got my moleskin for blisters. I've got my rain jacket. I've heard it's supposed to rain for at least part of the time I'm up there, which kind of stinks, but I want to get this hike done before the summer's over with, so I need some rain gear. Oops, there's my finger. Right there I have my tent. I've got my blue pouch right there for clothing. I'm not bringing a lot of clothing, just some socks and just a change of underwear and some shorts and another shirt. I'm going to have 2 pairs of clothes, in case something to sleep in, or when it does rain, if my rain jacket don't work and I get soaked, I've got some dry clothes to change into. I have my, right in here is my cooking kit. I'm not going to drag all that out, but it's, just something I found at Walmart, plus some mug for tea and apple cider that I want to try to make. Right here I have my denatured alcohol, not for drinking, but for cooking. This is something I'm probably most proud of. I've actually got 2 of these. I've got one inside my cooking kit that I made out of a Coca-Cola can, and I'm going to post pictures of that on my Facebook. And I've got this right here, my tuna can, and you can see it's kind of charred, looks kind of ugly, But I made this with, I started off with a screwdriver, but then I found out a hole punch works even better. And I punched holes in it. And basically all I got to do is pour the alcohol in here, not a lot, just a little bit. Light a match and it creates a flame, and I can cook my water, boil my water on it. And it takes a little bit longer than a normal stove, but it works really good. I didn't spend $40 on a camp stove. I spent $1 on tuna, and 50 cents on a Coca-Cola can, and $7 for the alcohol. So pretty good, pretty nice way to cook my food. I've got my food bag right here. My dad made a joke. I sent him a picture of all the food I had. I'm not going to drag it out. He basically thought that I could feed both of us off of my food, but I've actually got 3 days of food, breakfast, lunch, dinner, plus some trail mix that I have. I probably have 4 days worth of food, but I figure if we get lost, something happens, it's good to have extra food, always be prepared. In the background, here's what I'm going to do with my water. I've got 2 water bottles for drinking throughout the day. And then the water jug in the back is empty milk jug. I'm going to use that for cooking stuff whenever I get to my campsite, and I'll go to get water put in there. That way I'm not using my actual drinking water for cooking. I don't have a water purification with me because my dad actually purchased one. That was pretty pricey, so I didn't want to spend money on it. I probably will later whenever I do more hikes in the future, but the water jug I think will be a real help. I'm not going to carry the water with me each day. Whenever I break camp, I'll just empty out the water and put what I have left into my water bottles and empty the rest out, and then carry it to my next campsite. And the last thing, I want to bring one of my hats. If you know me, you see me with my Indiana Jones fedoras. I've got my sun bleached one, and I have my newer one. I like my new one, but I might take this one since it's older, and just in case I don't want to try to ruin my new one. Well, that's what I've got. I'm going to try to post this on YouTube, and that way you guys can watch it. Wish me luck.